Subscribe to the channel, share this video with your loved ones, and tell us in the comments, do you think this reunion is a sign of renewal for the Greek royal family? It was a winter evening the international press would never have believed possible. A suspended moment, away from the tumult of history and politics, where knowing glances replaced the glitter of the crown. A Christmas Eve like a return to one's roots, far from the splendor of yesteryear but rich in an inestimable value, unity. On December 24th, in a secret residence bathed in discretion, the entire Greek royal family gathered around the one who remains the beating heart of this European dynasty, Queen Anne-Marie. It was a Christmas miracle few had anticipated, and yet it took place in the hushed silence of an intimate reunion, with a taste of eternity. At 78, Queen Anne-Marie, the last queen consort of Greece, embodies the living memory of the Hellenic monarchy. Since the death of her husband, the former King Constantine II, in January 2023, she has lived between Greece and Denmark, surrounded by memories and letters from another era. But that Christmas, she was not alone. She was surrounded by all her children: Crown Prince Pavlos, Princess Alexia, Prince Nikolaos, Princess Theodora, and the youngest, Prince Philippos. An exceptional, rare, almost historic reunion. For since the abolition of the Greek monarchy in 1974, the collective appearances of this now symbolic family can be counted on the fingers of one hand. That evening, however, everything was different. The atmosphere was imbued with a familiar warmth. No official cameras, no red carpet, but a huge Christmas tree decorated with Nordic and Orthodox symbols, a crackling fireplace, and children running through the halls, carefree and happy. Several generations had gathered. Anne-Marie's grandchildren, born in London, New York, Athens, and Copenhagen, spoke Greek, English, and Danish. The New Year's Eve had a taste of Europe, a scent of exile mixed with tradition, a bittersweet flavor of rediscovered belonging. Prince Pavlos, now head of the Greek royal house since the death of his father, gave a moving toast. According to relatives present, he raised his glass to the love that unites us despite time and distance, and to our mother, our queen, our anchor in the storm. Simple but powerful words. Tears were said to have flowed discreetly down Anne-Marie's cheeks, who had been very weakened in recent months. Some whispered that she wanted to make this Christmas a form of farewell, a living legacy, a transmission of memory to her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren to come. What was surprising was the participation of Princess Theodora, who had long been away from family gatherings for professional reasons in Los Angeles. Her presence came as a shock to observers. A professional actress, she has always been perceived as the free child of the royal couple, the one who chooses Hollywood glamour over symbolic responsibilities. And yet, that evening, she was present, sober, her eyes fixed on her mother, with a tenderness that was evident to everyone. Prince Nikolaos, recently returned to settle in Greece with his wife Tatiana Blatnik, brought a touch of Mediterranean tradition to the Christmas Eve celebration. The couple, heavily involved in charitable projects centered around Greek culture, had typical Greek Christmas dishes delivered: roast lamb, mellow macarona, korobedes, and more. The meal was a blend of cuisines, stories, and tales shared around the table. Each dish seemed to tell a chapter in the life of exile and rebirth of this fractured family. But what was most striking were the gestures. Holding hands, wordless glances. Princess Alexia, the eldest, resting her head on her mother's shoulder as she did when she was a child. Prince Philippos, discreet but present, in silent conversation with his brother Pavlos. This Christmas Eve was a choreography of emotions. It wasn't about politics. It wasn't about titles. It was about humanity. Since their exile, the members of the Greek royal family have built parallel lives in the countries that have welcomed them. But blood, roots, and memories inexorably draw them back to Greece. And this Christmas reunion could mark a step in a new visibility for this dormant dynasty. For the younger generations, the children of Pavlos and Marie Chantal in particular, are growing up with the awareness of a history to uphold, a name to respect, even without a throne. According to sources close to the family, the reunion was not impromptu. It had reportedly been planned for months, with Anne-Marie's strong desire to see her children together for Christmas. She reportedly wrote each a handwritten letter, full of tenderness and wisdom, evoking Christmases spent in Tattoo or Copenhagen, Byzantine chants, religious vigils, and the lost traditions she hoped to see revived. These letters reportedly touched their hearts. None declined. The press was not invited. The leaked images were inadvertently leaked or through discreet Instagram posts by royal children. One photograph, in particular, stirred the internet. It shows Anne-Marie seated, surrounded by all her children, holding a blonde granddaughter on her lap, who tenderly embraces her. Behind it, the Christmas tree shines, the moment suspended, timeless. The post was quickly deleted, but it circulated as proof that something valuable had taken place. Does this Christmas mark the beginning of a symbolic rehabilitation of the monarchy in Greece? The subject remains sensitive. Greek institutions are republican, and the monarchy has long been associated with troubled times. But the popular emotion surrounding the figure of Anne-Marie and the tributes paid to Constantine II at his funeral suggests that a memory space exists in the hearts of Greeks. This Christmas Eve could thus be part of a gentle strategy of emotional reintegration of the royal house into the public sphere. Analysts also highlight the discrete geopolitical importance of these family gatherings. By cultivating ties with the royal families of Europe, particularly the houses of Denmark, Norway, Spain, and the United Kingdom, the Greek royal family remains present in informal diplomatic circles. And a strong image, such as that of a family united around a respected queen, can influence popular perception far more than political rhetoric. Queen Anne-Marie's health remains fragile. Rumors suggest a possible permanent move to Denmark, where her roots are deeply connected. But she reportedly expressed the wish to end her days in Greece, near her husband's remains, in the land they loved so much. This Christmas was perhaps, for her, a way of saying farewell to her children with a gentle look, of entrusting them with a memory, a loyalty to history, and a hope. The Christmas Eve celebration ended with a communal prayer in the residence's small private chapel. All the members of the family, hand in hand, recited the Our Father, in ancient Greek, according to Orthodox tradition. Voices trembled. The silence afterward was heavy with meaning. And outside, snow was falling gently on the pine trees. There were no speeches, no flags, just a family, gathered together, reunited, for one night. And you, do you believe that this meeting around Queen Anne-Marie is the prelude to a symbolic return of the monarchy in the hearts of the Greek people?